Curtis tonight. It was a close one again. But talk us through those later innings when Curtis hit the home run and then UCLA tried to make a little bit of a comeback there.
Well, you knew they weren't going to go away. So I thought the key thing was getting the right guys in on the mound at the right times. But then also, Maxwell push bunting, getting a base hit out of it, and then you follow that up with Curtis hitting a home run to dead center field. I thought that was huge. But the cool thing is you give guys opportunities. Like Chase Hoover really hasn't been in that situation before, late innings to get a save like that, and he ended up executing like he wanted to. And again, Zach Collier back-to-back nights, which is good to see. In terms of we're trying to put what's the recipe, and so to know that he can come back and go back-to-back nights. Ben Abel was off, so we weren't going to bring him in. With 30 pitches, 14 of it to the one guy. So we weren't going to use him at all. He had his flats on, and so he'll be ready tomorrow. But I thought the cool thing is they play a lot of matchup, and to kind of be able to try and offset that by being able to go. I thought the name of the game for me was Cole was way better this week than he was last week. So I thought the mechanical changes that he made were really significant. But I thought Braden Sloan through the middle part of the game was a huge difference maker in terms of giving us momentum, keeping momentum. Because it's a chance we get a 6-1 lead, chance for them to come back. So and then Zach and then Hoove getting it done. So it was another what we thought it was going to be a really great game, and it was.
Whenever you're trying to go through those pitching changes, decide who to bring in, how much is in the back of your mind? You're in the middle of an 8-game and 10-day stretch.
Nothing, zero. Because you got to win the game. That's ahead of you that you're playing in, and worry about those other ones when they come. You got to really focus on winning each pitch of the game that you're in. So yeah, it doesn't really come in at all.
Defensively, it looks like Frost's been a lot stronger this weekend. Just how impressed have you been, or have you seen good improvement on that side of things?
Yeah, and I think it comes with what the pitching's done in terms of in the strike zone more. I think when defenses, they get lulled to sleep when you're not in the strike zone a lot, or the leadoff hitter gets on, and next thing you know, the defense is on their heels a little bit. But I think the defense is on their toes because of the way the pitching has done a good job. I know we walked 4 yesterday. I'm not sure how many we walked today. We only walked 1 today or 2. So I think you have better defense when you're not walking people and you're in a little bit better rhythm. So and then conversely, I think with the pitching, it makes you pitch better because your defense has got you behind. So yeah.
Games like today, you talked about UCLA and their big matchup team. Does it kind of give it a regional feel to it?
I do. I mean, you don't really see that a lot, but I feel like that's a team that you can see in Omaha for sure because it's a young group that's still figuring out who to plug in and play where and when. So I think when you get a group like that gets a little bit more kind of like what we went through a little bit last year. A lot of young guys in key spots, and as they grow up, they're going to continue to get better in those situations. And like I said, super talented team. So when you have an opportunity to play someone like that early in the season, it's great.
Obviously, huge getting the series win tonight. What's your message to the team tonight or tomorrow morning to kind of keep them locked in to try and get a sweep tomorrow?
Well, the good thing is I think we've said it all along is that's now done. So you have to have an 0-0 mentality when you show up for breakfast at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and have the mindset of like you're 0-2 almost, to be honest with you, and you're fighting and scratching to get a win. And that's how you have to play all the time. If you feel like you got 2 wins and you can take a break, that's when you get your brains beat in. So this group has done a really good job in terms of, we come in here and break down the previous game. Like tomorrow we'll do that, after breakfast. And as soon as that meeting is over, that game is finished. And so, it's the big thing is you have to come with that mentality. Because anybody, if you watch college baseball across the country, anybody can beat anybody if that team doesn't show up. And so, that's our goal is to not, beat ourselves, is to show up every single day and give some great opportunity to win.
What's the message to Zach tomorrow?
More just for him, he's seen Peyton do it, he's seen Kleck do it in terms of just, take a step forward each and every outing. And I'm excited to watch Zach pitch for sure.
talk speaking of taking a step forward, can you talk about Braden Sloan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about Braden is it's a tough at bat, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, because he's got a lot of knees and elbows, and it's kind of coming all over the place. It's an up-tempo delivery. And the good thing about Braden is the fact that you know what you're going to get from a competitive standpoint. And you can put your head on the pillow at night knowing that he's going to give his best effort from a competitive standpoint. And, you know, he had the curveball going, the slider going, the changeup, and the fastball when he needed to. So, like I said, his line, you know, you wake up in the morning, if anybody reads newspapers anymore, you know, 2 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, people might not think, hey, what a great outing. But for me, I thought it was an awesome outing, you know, in terms of what he can do for us to help complement Ben Abel. You know, a guy that, you know, last night you saw us bring Ben in the 8th. And, you know, he's just going to get more opportunities because he deserves it and he's earned them.
Speaking of Ben, I know he wasn't available tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Have a sense of whether or not he'd be available tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll be available tomorrow. He'll probably fight me if I said he wasn't. So.
Today you gave Peyton the day off
Mm-hmm.
today. What'd you like out of Jack?
Well, the cool thing is you know, when you don't get consistent at bats like he hasn't so far, I thought he took as good a swings as anybody today. Almost hit a home run. Line drive up the middle on a base hit. You know, I thought he was on the baseball the whole time and had some really good takes in there too. And that was part of when, you know, we wanted to give Peyton a little bit of a break coming off a Friday night. You know, just let him reset just a little bit from a physical standpoint. And because it's early in the season, you know, and we need that guy the whole year. And so when it's taxing as a two-way player. So we decided, you know, with Jack does really well against right-handed pitching. So we thought it was a great opportunity to get him in there because we're looking for guys to be able to get in and get some at bats. With that DH spot kind of locked up with Peyton, it makes it a little bit difficult. But I thought he did a great job.
Think there's an opportunity to get him some at bats tomorrow?
We'll see.
How have you liked the mix of Curtis and Carson going back and forth between catcher and first?
I think it's great just because you keep both bats in. I thought, you know, Curtis might not have gotten a hit. Did he get a hit today? I mean, Carson, not Curtis. Happens often. Carson went 0 for 4, but I thought he hit the ball in terms of when he's lining out to right field, it's a good sign. And so eventually those won't be directly at the right fielder. So, you know, it's great to get those two guys in the lineup. And anytime, you know, somebody could bang down the center field batter's eyes, that was a big hit in the game for sure.
Offensively, y'all been really good. How much do you think the new batter's eye has played a part of that to start the year?
I don't know.
I like it.
Logan?
I like it.
Logan likes it. I think it's better than what it was. You know, you play under the lights and cars are driving back on Bel Air, and I never had to stand in and face 95 with, you know, some car lights looking at me. So I think from that perspective, I think they're picking up the ball a lot better. And, you know, this ballpark can play a pitcher-friendly ballpark a lot of times. And so when you can give the offense an opportunity to get on a little bit more even playing field, I think it's great. And I think it actually makes the ballpark, you know, look a lot better in terms of a ballpark, you know, with a batter's eye. And I think the center field camera up in that corner, I think makes it for people that aren't able to come to the stadium a really good view from ESPN Plus.